Well, on this one, the 4044m John Deere, this one right here is set up a little bit different. They make a couple different transmissions on these, which on this one you have the power reverse transmission.
Okay.
So you got your forwards and back all on this right here. You got different ranges you can go through over here. Okay. They make on the 4044m the hydrostat model as well, to where you just go forward and reverse on pedals. This one with the power reverse transmission actually gives you, as far as for running the disc like you're going to, gives you a little bit more power for that. Okay. That especially you can actually have it in one gear. It's not as tough on the hydraulics. The standard transmission handle that a lot better than what the hydrostats do.
What's the difference between the Model M and a Model R?
M, it's really all about features. An M is not a base model, it's a mid model for Deere. Okay. An R, really the only difference is you're going to have a few more electronics on them, a little bit higher back seat. Other than that, as far as engine, transmission, horsepower, there's no difference between them. It's just little, it's all it is features on difference between M and R. Okay, now I'm going to start it up. Now what's my startup procedure on this? So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that this right here is in neutral, right there in the middle. Okay. And then over here on your gears, you want all these to be neutraled out as well. So you want your ranges to be neutral and your gears. Always, just for extra safety, I always bump up my parking brake just to make sure, on that. Okay. Now, if I'm going to run my PTO, how am I going to do that from here? Absolutely, run your back. Yeah. What you're going to do is once you crank it up, once you have everything neutraled out, always do it. Keep your RPMs a little bit lower, and you're going to hit that yellow switch right there, and so you'll turn it on. And then once it engages, then you can bump it up, turn your RPMs. You don't ever want to turn your PTO on at a high RPM because it engages really hard. I always like to do it at a lower RPM, ramp it up. Yep, and then bump it up after that. Okay, so I think everything's in neutral. Yes, sir. Let's see, put this down, and what does this thing do right here? That right there, you have your joystick to the loader to make it go up and down, side to side. You press this forward, it locks that. It's a safety feature. Typically, if you're going to be underneath the hood looking at anything, you'll raise this loader up. You can hit that to lock it for safety, to where it don't come down on you. Okay. That's good. And then you just pull it back, and it unlocks it. Oh. What I got this thing here for? That right there, you raise it up and it just splits your brakes. Typically, like if you're going to be making sharp turns, you can split these brakes where you can just control one side or the other. A lot of people leave them stay together to, just to be sure when they hit it, it's stopping, but you do have that option, and that's the main thing that it's for, is your steering, to turn it side to side. So I've got some actually some dead trees I want to pick up, move them. So how would I go about taking off the bucket and putting on the forks? On this right here, what you'll do is you just pull these up. There's one on each side. You pull that up, and so that releases the bottom of it. Okay. And so what you'll do is you'll release that, come over here, pull the same pin. And so what that does is that releases the bottom of the bucket. So what you do is now that those are released, you sit it all the way down on the ground, and you'll kind of tilt your loader forward. Okay. Because what that's going to do is that's going to get this piece off it right here, out from underneath this. Okay. And then you just back away. And when you go to your forks or hooking the bucket back up, you want to have this part right here kind of tilted down. Because what you're going to do is you're going to come underneath here, and you're going to raise up. Okay. And once you raise up on it, then you'll bring it back to you to where them pins will go back through, and then you just put your click pins back in, lock it up. Okay. I'll do that because I'm not going to try the forks at the moment. Right. And I know I got this little safety picture that says that you need to pin these things down because if you raise it up, it'll fall on you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm John Kelly. This tractor, for more implements like this, you can get them at United Ag and Turf. We have 28 locations, 3 in Arkansas, a few in Oklahoma, the rest of them are in Texas.